Hello everyone, this is just a quick progress update on my half-scale Pinsetter so far. So I have a reasonably done table assembly. The only thing is it is manual right now, but it can set down pins. So I kind of went with the GS-like design in the sense that there's a scoring on the bottom, there's a little paddle that gets pressed up. This one it actually attaches to a switch. Here, this one just the ledge isn't long enough. It's an older design, but presses a switch on the side. There's also inside the actual pin holder. I'm using gears as opposed to the GS would use a solenoid. So I'm using gears that can move, I guess grippers is what I'm calling them, up, and then pin can load in, and then they would close. Not quite in right. Okay, and then also the whole entire thing is able to rotate, similar to an actual design. So I'll go ahead and just set down. The deck is clear. These little things are just like rubber stoppers, keep the table from hitting the ground. If I go ahead and lower it, I can lower it, and then I'm going to now go over to the computer. So it's just a real quick program I made in Java. It's being powered off an Arduino, so that's in C, but using serial port. So I just choose the serial port. You can hear the things kind of go. It takes a few seconds to establish. You'll hear the servos kind of jitter for a second once it connects. Okay, there it is, connected. Right now, I just have a real quick thing. So first of all, I have a thing where you can type in your name. So I'll just type in hi, and then like a really basic scoring interface. And then I have the ability to send commands to the Arduino, and the Arduino is able to send commands back. So just for example, I have a dummy scoring command. Basically all it is I type in U, that's command, and it sends back a randomly generated score value that can then pop up on the scoring. So if I do that, it sends the command U, the Arduino sends back pin false, so ones and zeros are whether the pin is standing or sitting, and then I'll add the score, which is the 3. So if I go back, you can see 3 is added to the scoreboard. Of course, I can do that more times and it'll randomly generate it. I can also send stuff like cycles. So far I have C is cycle, and then the argument I'm passing in 0 to open up the grippers. That will eventually be a reset cycle, but I'm just using 0 for now to open them. If I send command, so all I'm going to be doing is hitting the send command button, and if camera will focus, all of them open up. And then I can go over here, open and close. Well, right now I have C4 set to close them, and all the open and close buttons do is just open, or it sends C0 or C4 to open or close it. Also kind of a fun thing, I can tell specific pins. So let's say I want to set down the 7-10 split. I can C3, C3 is a selective reset. I don't know what else to call it, so I'm just calling it selective reset. So I want this 7 pin is the first pin I'm setting down, so 1 through 6 are not going to be set up, and 7 pin, and then 8 and 9 are not, and then 10 pin is. So now if I send that command, only the 7 and the 10 pin will activate, and as you can see, 7 pin, the 10 pin, and the rest remain the same. So just for the purposes of this example, to show it actually setting up pins, I'm going to set up all of the pins, so I'm just going to delete that. So if I hit open, all of them open up, and then I can just move this up. It's mounted on closet door slides, So if I if I go up, and that's about it. I guess I can go over to the electronics real quick. This is a cheap power supply off Amazon, 5 volts, 10 amps, takes AC, 5 volts DC. Here's all the servo wiring, and then it runs down through this cord down here. And then I have the Arduino connected over USB, and this is just a Arduino Mega clone that I'm using to power it all. So I think that's about it for now. The one thing I am struggling with is I'm trying to look up motors, but I'm not sure, I'm not really sure which one to use and where to begin with that. So if anybody has any advice as to which motors they used, or which motors they would recommend, that would be much appreciated. I guess the next thing is, besides trying to get it to the table motor going, is trying to get a sweep operational. I've kind of put the respot cells on hold. I do have a few fingers printed out, as you can kind of see here, but I'm still working on that, and I'm thinking a sweep might be more fun to work on for now. Anyways, that's my progress so far. Thank you for watching, and thank you for any help.